Welcome to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and the show you're about to watch was previously recorded at WATD in February. My guest is Roxanne Pappas, and she is proudly educating us with her knowledge and passion in her new encore career with green energy. So I hope you will enjoy the show, and without further ado, here is another Powerful Woman Revealed.
Good afternoon, and welcome to WATD's Powerful Women Revealed. You're invited to enjoy an ongoing series of uplifting, educational, and intimate discussions with local powerful women that have all made the commitment to take their businesses and organizations to a higher level. These entrepreneurs have turned their dreams into reality. They work hard, outshine, and they mean business. These women reveal and share their inspirations, milestones, and successes with your host, Nicole Perry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Powerful Women Revealed. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and today we're going to be talking about health and wellness, but not in a traditional way. We're also talking about saving money. My guest has several years' experience in human resources and office management, but a few years ago she decided to make a career change, or what I like to call an encore career, with her new greener passion with saving with energy. So Roxanne Pappas has been a proud educator of renewable green energy since 2011, a little bit over 4 years. Roxanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nicole. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, you are so delightful. And I love your Facebook picture. You look like,
Jackie O.
Jackie O. Your Facebook picture is Jackie O. And, oh my God, can I mention that you sing in the choir? You used to.
No, I still direct and play the organ at my church choir.
Oh, you do? You don't sing?
I do. I sing soprano, alto, and tenor, whatever's necessary.
Oh, I love that. I am a choir wannabe.
Well, then come down.
Well, we have a choir at my church, and I just want to wait until the kids get to be a certain age before I kind of dip into that. But it's on my bucket list.
Oh, look, I've been doing it for years, and I used to accompany all the choruses in high school, so I just love it.
I love it when I hear choirs. So that's so nice to see that about you, or read that about you. I actually read that on your LinkedIn page. Now, did you grow up in Massachusetts, born and raised here?
Yes, I was born in Brockton.
Okay.
Brockton, Massachusetts, the big Rocky Marciano place.
I'll be up there in a few weeks for my daughter's dance recital.
People have questions about Brockton. I just loved it.
The Brockton High School is amazing.
I never went to that one. It was I went to the one a couple of years before it was built. Yeah, it's huge. It's like a small college.
Yeah, really, exactly.
But I was fortunate to be raised in a bicultural environment because of Greek descent.
I know, but you know Spanish too?
A little bit, and a little
bit of French. Are you French?
No, I'm Greek.
You're Greek, so no French at all? No mixed in there?
My husband is.
Your husband is
from
French?
Paris, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I'm French. I'm French-Canadian, though.
Oh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Do you speak?
I don't. My father did, and my aunt did when we were growing up, but they didn't to us. So it was just easier back then? I don't know. I was born in 67. But anyway, well, let's talk about your human resources background before we get into the whole greening the earth, because I love this whole subject. What did you do with human resources? You were in that field for a long time in office management.
Yeah, I had a varied career, if you will. So, and I probably reinvented myself several times.
That's okay.
I was one of these people who had a liberal arts major, so I could assimilate into different positions pretty well. Human resources came as just a quirk. I was working at a third world development organization in Washington, D.C.
Really?
And they needed somebody to handle the office and do the HR stuff, so it was basically on-the-job training for me.
Wow.
Loved it.
Don't you love the on-the-job training?
I do.
I really do. I feel like I absorb it a lot better.
Yeah, I do too. The only setback to that is during those years it was called personnel, not human resources.
Oh, okay.
So
It's all right.
as we progressed along in years, you needed a degree in HR, and a lot of people wanted to be in HR. So
Well, it started to get complicated.
yeah, it did. It did. But I was able to use that and my office management experience in a number of the positions that I held thereafter. So I used it as I could, because I do enjoy it very much. But my road led me from being a music teacher in elementary school to a lobbyist in D.C. to teaching English as a second language in Athens, Greece.
Wow.
And then the most recent and the one that I loved the most was with corporate relocation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Corporate relocation, what is that?
That's when companies like Wendy's decides they're going to relocate their personnel from one place to another.
So the corporate personnel.
The corporate personnel.
Not the
yeah.
actual location.
No, the corporate
Yeah.
personnel, because
Yeah.
they usually change management.
Corporate relocation. Never heard that before.
No, really?
Of course it exists.
In fact, my company was up in Norwell.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was great because I was able to relocate them internationally. So I got to learn about non-U.S. real estate practices. It was fun.
That
it really
is
was
cool.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, now, how did you get introduced to Viridian, and what made you decide to represent the company? How did you make that transfer out of the whole office and human resources?
Well, it was getting a little old after a while because after my company was purchased, I had to figure out where I was going. You know, I didn't want to relocate to Jersey, so I had to figure out what I was doing, and it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
So
You wanted to stay in New England.
I did. I did. So a friend of mine introduced me to it. She showed me a short video, and I just got it.
Yeah.
I got the concept right away that I could affect change in the environment and plan for my future retirement. I could make a fortune part-time for my retirement and not have to work a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah. Now, I did read that Viridian is recognized, or was recognized, as the 50th largest selling company for green energy in the world just after 2 years. That is
Phenomenal growth.
amazing.
Yes. Phenomenal.
Well, it's the time. The timing is right. I mean, we just put solar on our roof a couple of years ago, and our neighbor had done it, and our neighbor did it in a way where, he out of pocket, and we actually lease our solar panels. So really now is the time where you're seeing solar pop up everywhere, and you're seeing it on the highway.
Yes.
I've seen it on the not even like on 44 locally here in Middleborough area.
There's solar arrays, right?
Yeah, like huge sections of panels, which is really great. We need to use now this is a renewable energy. I know we're going to talk about this in a minute.
It is.
So it's renewable. So renewable is water,
Solar,
solar,
wind.
So the wind, the sun, water, anything that's all natural is considered renewable.
That's correct, because it replenishes itself.
Okay, I love the simplicity of this. So, because it can get complicated. So, we're going to try to keep it simple. Now, how has your life changed? We got to go to a break in about 2 minutes. How has your life changed since you came on board with Viridian?
It's changed drastically. I'm a change agent, so I'm part of a group of people who have the same goal, which is just to sustain the planet.
Yeah,
and
do it in the best way you know how, or we know how.
And it's a very simple project, if you will. It's a very simple decision that one makes to affect a greater change in the environment. So it's been, for me, it's been eye-opening.
Yeah.
It's been a learning experience for me as well. It's been, I've enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, well, we actually, we signed up with Viridian before the solar panels went up. So we, chose our wind, and I don't know, I really wanted to support somehow, and I felt like I knew the solar was coming. So I just kind of went to the wind route, and I just felt it was really a great decision. And now we've got the wind and the solar, I think. I'd have to go digging and making sure all of my, reports and everything is all up to date and in line with what I'm, think I'm doing and all of that. But it's not that hard. It was easy to sign up.
Of course it's easy. It's the hardest part of it is finding your electric bill so that you can enroll.
Exactly. Oh my God. And then finding a couple of previous ones so you can kind of analyze it a little bit. That was the hardest part for me. That is so funny. All right. Well, we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, I want to talk about why you're so passionate about the environment.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be here.
So you can find Roxanne at, I love her Facebook page, facebook.com/livingitupgreen. What a great little saying that is. So I hope you'll stay with us. You're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my guest is Roxanne Pappas, and she is with Viridian Energy. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
I've been spelling it wrong all along, and I finally said, I'm coming to do this. I need to show Roxanne that I know what I'm talking about here. So I got the spelling fixed. Now, why are you so passionate about the environment, or how long have you been passionate about it?
I'd say passionate since I started with Viridian.
Great.
Before then, I just did the normal recycling. You take short showers, so you're conserving water.
Yeah, shut the
don't
lights
litter,
out.
All of that. it's just, I never thought about it.
Yeah.
And I have to say that the bells went off when I saw a video that Viridian produced, which talked about the production of electricity is the highest and biggest polluter in the United States.
Really?
And that just done. It was incredible. And some people probably know that. I didn't, because I didn't think about it.
Well, I didn't know that until just now. So it's the highest polluter. Mm-hmm. So that's why everyone's being extremely aware and conscious about electricity.
Yes.
And that's why we're going to not solar cars. Electric
cars, yeah.
Electric car, the ones that plug in, right? Don't they plug in?
They plug in, yeah.
I don't have one of those yet. My mother-in-law has one of those. But that's why we're, getting the solar panels. And I know for me, I don't know how much I'm helping the environment by having solar panels on my roof. I just know that I am. And then I also know that I'm putting some money in my pocket too. So, that's kind of the byproduct.
It's an important byproduct, though.
It's a very important byproduct, especially with small children.
The collective impact, your impact and the collective impact of all our customers is, in 2013, because we don't have 14's figures yet, we...
Oh, you don't have the figures yet. Okay.
No, they should be coming out now. Usually it's in this sustainability report that we have, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But with the collective impact, we saved 2 billion pounds of carbon emissions into the air, which equates to...
Collectively. Everyone that has joined Viridian, collectively, you've saved that much in carbon emissions. And that's the stuff that comes out of our cars.
It comes out of the production of electricity. It whatever uses coal, fossil fuels. That's all the carbon emissions.
Okay.
Now, trees, having trees helps that, but by using renewable energy, the 2 billion equates to 7 billion soda cans. 2 billion 2-liter plastic bottles. 164,000 Sunday editions of the New York Times.
Oh my gosh.
So it's significant.
Wow.
And it happens just with you do this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you're all of a sudden I'm getting that visual of the toilet paper roll commercial. Did you see that recently?
Yes, I
Where
did.
they're building a tower, and I'm thinking, how am I going to, give little toys to my little gerbils? I don't even know if they're gerbils or hamsters. Isn't that awful? They have tails. I don't know what they are.
Rodents.
They're just little rodents, Nibbles and Fritz. They're just very cute. But I give them my toilet paper rolls and the paper towel rolls. But really, we are going through a lot of stuff, and we're learning and we're getting educated as we go along.
Yeah.
We're the ones who created all of this muck on our planet, and we're the ones who are going to get ourselves out of it, right?
As long as everyone participates in it, yes, because we're not going to see it in our lifetime. But
I know, but
our grandchildren will.
That's right, and that's what's important to us is paying it forward.
Exactly.
And making sure that we're going to do our part in whatever small little way, because collectively, as you just said. Now, what do we really need to know about the energy that comes into our home and about the energy that we're using? Because everybody's got different, gas and electric and oil and, panels under your tile floor and wall there's so much to understand. What do we really need to know?
Well, what we need to know is, I believe, where our electricity comes from. People don't think about it. I didn't think about it. You don't until you don't have it. Mm-hmm. So,
is this about the brown energy we're going to talk about? Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's not scare people too much. All right.
I won't.
So what's brown energy?
Brown energy is what's produced with processing coal and fossil fuels.
Okay.
As opposed to green energy, as we mentioned, they're natural resources. Wind, solar.
Well, coal is a natural resource, isn't it?
But it doesn't replenish itself. That's the key. That's the key.
Okay.
The natural renewable means it replenishes itself.
Okay. Renewable means it replenishes itself. So water replenishes itself.
Exactly.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay. The sun.
The sun and then wind.
Okay.
We're not going to lose those three anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about gas and wind later in a little more detail, but not in the way that you think.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's a renewable, the all natural. And, we need to know where it's coming from. And how do we know that just by looking at our bill?
You don't. But, and this is where Viridian Associates educate our customers.
Yeah.
A big part of our campaign, if you will, is to educate people so that they can make the proper choices. And through that education, we tell them the difference between green and brown.
And there's another one. There's pure green and there's everyday green.
And that depends on the percentages of green that you're getting in your electricity. So if you want 50% green, which ends up being 50% more than the state mandate, and here in Massachusetts is 10%, so ultimately you're getting 60%. 40% is only from brown, so it's okay.
It's okay, but this brings up a valid point. I read on the Viridian website that how you are obtaining your energy. There's mandates that are, like you said, standards that are making you receive a certain amount of green energy. But Viridian is taking it a step further.
A big step further.
Yes.
Because each deregulated state has their own mandates. If I'm not mistaken, the feds have indicated that by 2020, every state needs to have 20% minimum. Now, we've already got the 50.
Yeah.
And then we have 100%, which is wind power.
Oh, that's right.
That's what you have.
That's what I have, or I had. I have to re-look because once the solar went into play. Oh, so whatever I'm not getting through solar is coming 100% through wind, obviously. Okay. So Viridian, we're going to have to go to a break in a minute, but Viridian provides wind, solar, which I did not know, gas, and
those are the three. Those are the three right now.
Three. Okay. All right. And we talked about gas and wind earlier. It's not, people gas and wind. This is all natural gas and wind. How do you know which one is the best one to go with? Or you just provide the information and people go with their heart and what they feel like going with?
Between those three products?
Yeah, because solar is a little bit more intense. You have to go through a whole situation of getting all that up on your roof. Well, let's save that answer.
Okay.
All right, we're going to come right back because we got to take a quick break. And you can check out Roxanne's information. If you want more information, you have a tab that says information?
Yes.
Okay, at facebook.com/livingitupgreen. You can also go to powerfulwomenrevealed.com for information. I've got a YouTube channel and a workshop coming up and all kinds of other stuff. And you can win an interview right here with me if you're a woman in business and you have a passionate business and you want to share. You can go to the contact me and there's the contest application. So go there and fill it out. And I'm actually going to have to move that date to sooner than March 20th, so hurry up and get your applications in. I hope you'll stay with us. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and you're listening to Power right here on 95.9 WATD.
is important when it comes down to it.
And welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry. And, before we go back into, electricity and all the different parts of it, I do want to back up a little bit and talk about the sustainability events, because this is something I really don't want to glaze over. I want to mention this. They're hosted by Veridian, because I read something about Hurricane Sandy. So what happened during Hurricane Sandy with Veridian? How did they contribute, and what are they doing with these sustainability events? I love that.
Those events are usually sponsored by or started with Veridian Associates. So they're either sponsored, hosted, or supported.
Okay.
And those sustainability events can be anything from cleaning up the beaches to removing invasive plant life,
Okay.
to making trails for hikers, things like that. It's,
Okay.
I was involved with one in Mashpee, in which we cleaned up the industrial park there. Amazing what you find.
Really?
Back seats of cars.
Oh my God.
Pipes, construction materials. Yeah, pretty sad, pretty sad.
Well, it's sad because people are tossing it because they don't know where else to put it.
Yeah, we're not there yet. The basic population. Which
I've got trash in my house. I don't know where to put it. I've got cans of paint that I, are still got liquid in it, so I can't get rid of it. We all have some trash of some kind.
But the Hurricane Sandy one was, I get goosebumps when I think of it, because there were associates from other states, from our other markets, who just got up and drove there and did whatever they could.
And it was volunteer.
It was volunteer. We had our associates in Maryland and Delaware filled up 2 U-Hauls with donated items, and they drove them up and just helped clean up, or went to the families' homes to see what it is they needed. So it's... you walk the talk. Is basically what you're doing.
Yeah. So what's great is that if you join the Veridian team, all of this is all organized and in place, and you can just show up to the events wherever they're taking place. Well, I'm sure they're sporadic throughout the year, depending on certain circumstances. But if you join Veridian and you sign up just to utilize your or have your electricity through Veridian, you are helping.
Oh, immensely. I cannot imagine a 5-minute sit down at the computer. And in fact, at the computer, you'll see what your usage, how many carbon emissions you eliminate just by in your home.
Oh,
there's
so
a
I can
running
see
track.
that. I can see that on my bill too.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a number I'm not going to want to know? It's probably a big number. I don't know.
No. It just, an individual home as opposed to collective, but you're doing a good thing because you're eliminating the carbon emissions.
Because I got the solar.
Because you got the solar and because you got the electricity through Veridian. So
I'm helping. I'm doing some small part.
It's more helpful to do this, to enroll in 5 minutes, than it is to recycle.
Wow.
It's the lazy recyclist's way to help the environment.
Wow.
It is. It's incredible how much.
That's a really powerful statement. Because you're reaching a lot of people, I'm sure, just by saying that. Well, because, everything does take energy and time. And we're in such a busy world. No one has the time, and no one wants to take the time.
It's true.
It's true. All right, so let's talk about the electricity. Electricity comes in, we've talked about renewable, and then brown energy. Electricity comes in gas, wind, and solar. Those are the 3, right? Okay. Now, how do we know which ones to get?
Well, it depends on the market. For example, over here is N-Star, isn't it?
Yes.
Or Eversource.
I have N-Star.
In Brockton, they have National Grid. So National Grid provides both gas for heating and electricity.
Okay.
So in many respects, it depends on the area that you live in as to whether you get gas or electricity for either one.
Well, it depends on what your house has.
That's correct.
Okay, because I have oil, so I'm sure that's why I went with wind. Because I don't have gas. And I didn't want to switch over.
Well, you're kind of... Your electricity is coming from Eversource, not National Grid.
Oh.
So you have a bill from National
That was another
Grid.
thing I wanted to mention, because there's the actual energy and then there's how the energy is delivered.
Yep.
Those are two different things.
So let me go back. When you look at your electric bill, there are two sections of it. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about EdStar Eversource, because that's what we both have. There's a delivery charge, which is somewhere around 10.7 cents a kilowatt hour, and then there's a generation charge. The generation is the supplier of the electricity to the grid, and then EdStar delivers it to the home.
Okay.
So that supplier is the person or the company that you can choose who supplies the electricity for your home.
Ah, so that's the choice.
That's the choice.
We don't choose NSTAR.
No,
We choose the
Supplier.
supplier, not the person who's delivering it.
that's correct.
You're making it so simple for me. I love you. All right, well, we got to go to a break real quick, but let's talk before we go to break. All right, now wait a minute. Do we want to talk about RECs, Renewable Energy Certificates? What do we need to know about that?
Not a whole lot, and I'll try to put it very simply. RECs are renewable energy certificates.
Yes.
And they're basically produced by renewable energy companies. So when they produce them, each REC is made up of 1 megawatt per hour unit. So these RECs are what the renewable energy is.
Okay.
Viridian purchases them and gives them to the grid. And when you sign up with Viridian, then with the 50%, because it's not the wind, you're going to be delivered electricity from those RECs that have been given to NSTAR.
And they are getting the RECs through the best renewable resources that they can.
Yes, in fact, they purchase them from the Maritime. And then there are solar arrays up on near Brewster, and that's where they purchase them from there.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you'll stay with us. We're going to take another quick break. We have one more segment with Roxanne Pappas. You can find more information if you'd like on her Facebook page, facebook.com/livingitupgreen. I love that. You're listening to Powerful Women Revealed right here on 95.9 WATD. welcome back to Power. I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and my lovely guest is Roxanne Pappas and you can find her at facebook.com/livingitupgreen, and then it'll say with Viridian Energy after that. But anyway, let's talk about this 7 continents in 7 years pledge. I really love this. I printed out some of the photos. I just think it's really powerful.
It is. Michael Falquist, the CEO of Viridian, has green in his DNA. So he's not just concerned.
He's got it in his and he's young, right?
He's very young. It's not just the United States he's concerned about.
Yeah.
He wants to create
Worldwide.
a path to a more sustainable future for the entire planet.
Yeah.
So in that regard, this program, if you will, he's going to go to a continent every year. So the first one was in 2011. We went to Brazil, to the Amazon, and did some reforestation, because, as I mentioned before, trees take out the carbon emissions, and when the land is raised,
So they're planting. Well, they did.
They did, but they go back every year to make sure that they're sustainable. Yeah, it's a great thing. The second year we went to Ghana, and this is the story I love. They brought solar panels to the medical facilities so they could refrigerate the medicines, to the library, and to
Love
the
it.
schools. Now the kids don't have any light with which to do their homework. You know, they may have candles or kerosene lamps. So we built a merry-go-round, and as the children played on the merry-go-round, it started a generator, which then powered LED lanterns. And then the kids, I'm getting goosebumps. And then the kids took them home.
Make me cry right now.
They took them home to do their homework. I mean, and it's not something that we do and then leave.
Yeah, you go back and
Well,
you
it's not only that, but we teach the
checking
people
in and
what to do.
Yes.
I mean, it's. So in 2013, we went to Indonesia, brought clean water and solar power to the villages. In 2014, we did a reforestation and lighting at Fiji. And this year we're going to do solar power to off-grid villages in Nicaragua. So I'm wondering when North America is going to be.
Oh, that's okay. They're doing enough here. Now, let's talk about this. We're recording for TV right now, so you'll be able to see Roxanne on PAC TV if you live locally, or at some point, YouTube after that. So let's talk about this. This is the sustainability report, but what I love is that they call it a transparent report.
Yes.
Because they really just want to share everything that they're doing. And you said no other company does that?
No other energy supplier does that to date that I know of. But Viridian wants to be a transparent company.
Yeah.
So that's why they produce the sustainability report every year, which is their annual report. It's audited by Ernst & Young, and it just shows you everywhere, state by state, in the markets that we're in, where the energy has been generated from, how it was used, where it went.
Wow.
So it tells you things like how many carbon emissions you were able to avoid, and it's not just the electricity; it's the gas as well. And probably this year, when we have our 2014, it will talk more about solar, because that's our focus for 2015 right now.
2015 is solar. Okay. All right. Now, there's tons of places to get solar, but you're getting more when you get it through Viridian.
You get more because you get me.
All right. Now, the point is that we do have a choice now.
Yes, we do.
It's not a monopoly, and you have a choice from the supplier, not the person who delivers, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And what else did you want to share about that? Anything else about, we got a couple more minutes left.
Just to explain a little bit about when I said you get me, every associate works and stays in contact with their customers so they can advise them of the energy trends and where they can save money. So it's a constant relationship that we have with our customers.
Yeah, and it's really all about education.
That's right.
It's about, educating your clients to what they can do and what's available to them so that they can make the best choices they want to make.
That's exactly right.
Really.
Now, if you're not going to take anything away, if you're going to take one thing away from this this segment, just know that you can choose. You ought to choose who supplies the energy to your utility company. Now, obviously, you can choose green, you can choose brown, but if when you're making the comparison,
You can really choose brown.
people do because of pricing. Now not so much because the pricing for brown energy is higher.
Okay. Oh, it's
than
getting
ours.
higher.
It's getting higher than ours.
Okay.
But why would you choose brown energy if you could have green, even if it is a little bit higher? Because what you're doing is something massive for the environment.
Yeah. I feel like choosing green, and whether it's, what did we say earlier, pure green or everyday green.
Yeah.
What was the difference between those? I can't remember. We almost have to go.
Everyday green is a 50% over the mandate, and that's from of electricity, and the 100% is total wind power. Right now, the wind power, the 100% is only a penny more than the 50% green. So it really doesn't make sense to do the 50, really.
Okay, and the 50 you said is the everyday green?
Yes,
Okay, and the pure green is pure green renewable energy.
from wind.
From wind. Okay. All right. We've gotta go. It's okay. Now wait a minute. Let me just
Yes.
ask you. I know that Michael. How do you say his Falquist?
Falquist.
Such an inspiration. Young, 2012's Viridian's founder and CEO. He was chosen as one of the nation's best and brightest entrepreneurs. Is there anyone else that inspires you in your industry?
I can't say necessarily one person. I think collectively, all the Viridian associates, because we're working all for the same goal.
Yeah.
I've never experienced the camaraderie in any other organization that I have here. We stand up for each other. We help each other. It's quite a community.
And you all have a newfound love and passion
Yes.
for helping the environment.
But I will say Elon Musk is a good one too, because I want a Tesla.
Because you want a what?
A Tesla.
What's a Tesla?
That's the all-electric car.
Oh, see, I don't know anything about these electric cars. I got to get on it. Well, thank you so much for being here
you.
today. We are out of time. If you want more information about Roxanne, you can go to facebook.com/livingitupgreen. I want to thank you for listening and recognizing all of these powerful women right along with me. For more information, you can go to powerfulwomenrevealed.com and Powerful Women Revealed on YouTube. I hope you will tune in next Sunday after the news at noon. I'm your host, Nicole Perry. Have a great week, and remember, knowledge is power. I want to thank you so much for watching Powerful Women Revealed. It still amazes me that 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs are women. And I truly love connecting these powerful women to you in a fun, entertaining, inspirational, and educational way. Why? Because knowledge is power. I learned so much from hanging around smart women. And Roxanne is not only smart and very educated in her field, she is very delightful. Roxanne has such an eclectic background, and for her to dive into something brand new that she found passion in, I believe is truly courageous. Most of us who have a career want to earn a living doing something we love, right? And I think it's really great that Roxanne found her passion at Viridian, where she feels confident, empowered, and it's a place she can believe in beyond the environment. In today's world, if we are self-employed, it is vital to communicate who we are and why our products or services are exceptional, and communicate that in a really powerful way. And that's what the Power Show is all about. Strengthening who we are together, empowering women of all ages to follow their dreams, and bringing a spark of inspiration to the women of our future generations. I am so proud to promote women in business, promote who they are, what they stand for, and how they are helping people in and beyond our communities. I hope you will tune in next time. Until then, I'm your host, Nicole Perry, and I want to thank you for watching Powerful Women Revealed.